Hi friends, and welcome back to AmandaMuse. So you obviously have noticed this is a new space. I'm in my office area and we will be, experimenting with what the noise is like in this area because I'm like right under the kitchen. I live in an older house. It was built in 1940, so the floors are a bit creaky. So you know. And my husband, who's usually like quiet as a mouse this late at night, it's like 10:30 at night, he's usually doing nothing and is like ready for bed. Walking around looking for stuff. This is my life. God. Earlier today, I put a picture over on Instagram and I was asking you guys if you had any questions that you wanted me to answer. And that prompt also hit up Facebook and Twitter. And then I snapped you guys and I probably even went on Instagram stories. I'm all over the place. Only because A, I love all your questions, and B, I just want to include everybody, and I'm not really sure where everybody follows me because I know it's not everywhere, although it should be. So all my links are going to be below in case you missed the prompt, and be sure to go over and like those things and follow me on those places because, of course, if you are following me on those platforms, you won't miss the next prompt. I have a bit of a sore throat, so I'm working with the traditional medicinals throat coat. Have you tried it? It's one of my favorite teas when my throat is sore. So let's carry on with the questions. First question is from Alexandria Wag, and she was wondering if, when I first started my YouTube channel, did I expect to receive so much support from my viewers? No. When I read this question sitting outside earlier, I'm like, I literally almost cried because I just don't think that, I think there's a few ways that people go into YouTube, especially now that I'm getting exposed to different types of creators. There's people who have been in the broadcasting world for a really long time and then come in that way. There's people that have been, in the TV world and had worked on television shows and then come in that way and start kind of a YouTube show. I started like the old school way with the camera, in my house. And because I started like from there, it's hard to imagine your channel getting to a place where, where you're engaging with people regularly. It's a really weird thing. And I guess the short answer is no, absolutely not. And the longer answer is it's so much more than I ever could have imagined. And for real, like when you hear people say that they're grateful for their viewers and they're grateful for this job, it's legit. Like, this is the greatest job I never knew I could have. And I love it. And I love everything about it. And I love the people that I meet, viewers, other creators, people like in the industry, in like the network I work with. Like, it's just, there's so many amazing people. And I never would have met any of them had I not picked up that camera when I was like wearing a moo-moo that day, So, moo-moo for the win, I tell you. Kirsten04 had a lovely little question. It was kind of a few questions about Nora, because I probably don't talk about Nora enough. So Nora is my third child. She is a puppy. She is a Shorty Poo, which is, what is it? It's a Shih Tzu Yorkie Poodle mix. She's little. She is cute to boot, and she is, how old would she be, June? July, August, September, October. She's like going on her 5th month. So she's almost 5 months, or 4.5 months. She is lovely. She's been with our family now for 2 months or so, and it was a rough start, like any puppy. The whole thing with puppies is that it has nothing to do really with the puppy. I mean, dogs are animals. You have to train yourself into walking the dog, into taking the dog out, but she really is lovely. Like, she hardly barks. She takes the, the rough housing with the kids because Jack can be kind of rough, and we're working on that because he's like a little too rough sometimes, and she's not terribly big. But you mess with her and she'll let you know, but she doesn't bark, and she is the most affectionate little dog. When I get into bed with Jack at night to put him to bed, she's like in the bed. Like, I have to pull her out from my feet. Like, she just wants to be in there in the nook of your back under the covers. She's adorable. We do crate train her, so she is, anytime we leave the house, she's in her little crate, and it's just like a small, sounds bad, like a small cage, but it's basically like a den for her. It's got a comfy blanket in there. Spiced by Paprika, great username, was asking kind of about weaning with Jack and just in general how that's going. There was a few specific questions there, and just comparing it to weaning with Esme. So I will say, yes, it is official. We are in the weaning process. And like 2 months ago, I don't think I could have anticipated that I would be in this position right now. Not that I had some goal in mind. My goal is always like get to 1 year, and then after that, it's just gravy. Esme, we got to 20 months. Jack, we are well past that. Like, Jack is going to be 3 in March. So we have gone very far. It just so happened that I started to get extreme aversion, and I've talked about breastfeeding aversion, nursing aversion before. It's like full on. I feel the creepy crawlies when I have to breastfeed. I don't like it. I don't want any part of it. So right now what happens is I do not nurse in the day unless something traumatic has happened to Jack, like huge wipeout, cut a lip. I mean, you know, like the big, if there's blood, then I'll nurse him. Otherwise, no, we use other techniques, other coping techniques. Because if you've breastfed a child, you know it's comfort. It's not, at this point, it's not, there is nutritional value for sure. Jack isn't coming to me because he's thirsty. There's water and juice and he's good with that. He's coming to me for comfort. So if he feels very tired, he asks to have num because that's what he calls it, and then he wants to lay down. So anyway, so since we're past that, what I do is if he does fall asleep in the car, then, you know, he goes straight to bed and he doesn't need any milk. But for bedtime, because that's really where we're at, he doesn't nurse in the morning, doesn't do any of that. I tell him that he can have a little bit of num for 2 minutes. And I literally say that. I say, you can have num for 2 minutes. Okay, deal? And he says, deal, mama. And then we get in the bed and he nurses, and it's probably more like 30 seconds because I'm not joking. Like, I have serious aversion. We're only breastfeeding on one side, so I do look a little lopsided, and it cracked me up because I posted a photo of me in a burgundy dress. It's beautiful dress. God, I love that dress. And somebody commented that my boobs look lopsided. And I was like, you have very good eyesight or something, because yes, it's true. I think I'll do a separate video about this breastfeeding experience, and I'll get into all of the specifics of weaning and how that's going, and comparing it to Esme and all of that stuff. So very good question. There will be a video coming soon, promise. Jace's mommy, 43, was asking, is Jack potty trained? Short answer is no. We're working on it. I don't push it. You're probably not surprised, but he is definitely showing interest. He asks to use the potty every now and then, far more frequently than he did a month ago. And we've even progressed to the real toilet where he stands on a little stool and goes potty. But he won't sit down. So I do not see us being done for a little while. Like, that'll take some time for him to think about sitting on the potty to do number 2. So we'll get there. We'll get there eventually. Sandra DG83, your comment made me laugh. And she was just saying that she enjoys, it was more a comment than a question, but she enjoys my non-materialistic ways in a sea of YouTube hoarders. That just cracked me up because I feel you. And to be honest, I just recently did a day in the life video, and a part of me was like feeling insecure about showing parts of my home because I don't fill it full of crap, although my husband would beg to differ. But seriously, like, I just don't have a lot of stuff. I don't think about buying those things, or I kind of do, but then I get busy doing other things. I don't know. It's never been a priority of mine. I'm terrible at it. I feel like I wish somebody could just come in and like hang pictures and do that stuff, and then I could live here. Like, that'd be great. I have no interest in it. I'm certainly a person that operates like functional. Like, I like this desk because I need a desk to use, but I would never like sit here and dream about the perfect desk. Like, that would never happen. I know that having lived overseas plays a huge part in that, because I say this to people I know all the time, but I mean, I've experienced selling everything I own twice. That's a lot of selling. And I feel like when you've purged everything that many times, I mean, once was enough, but 2 was a lot. You sort of are a little bit more conscious of what you are buying and consuming. And also Dean, that's something that's very important to him. Like, he doesn't want us to just be this like mass consumer of products. Not that we're perfect people. We do buy stuff, of course. But we try to be aware of it. So yeah, I feel you. Thanks for noticing. Instagrams was asking if I have any tattoos. And the answer to that is no, I do not. Probably because I have commitment issues in that sense. Like, what would I get? It's got to be there forever. Do you know how hard it was to choose my children's names? You think I can choose a tattoo? Not a chance. I took a screenshot from Snapchat because a few of you were there. XO Kate MXO was asking if I was to go anywhere abroad outside of Canada and America, where would it be and why? Dean and I often talk about going to Rome. It's one of his favorite places. Along with Vienna. He'd really like to take me and the kids there. So I would really like to see that. Is there anywhere else I'd like to go? I do want to go visit some of my friends in the States, so I'm hoping that comes soon. Diana L1611 was asking if I vaccinate my kids. Yes, I also vaccinate my puppy. The one thing I do, and I did, is that I try to break up some of the really, really big ones. Like, you know, when they do the 5-in-1s or like the 6-in-1s vaccines, those ones kind of freak me out because I just feel like it's a lot going on in a very tiny child. So per preference. Certain ones, I just kind of staggered them a little bit rather than do them all at once. But yeah, they all have their shots. I'm gonna jump to Facebook and see what you guys asked me there. Sabrina Malini Gong was asking, how do you handle people openly criticizing you because you do display your life day to day, and how do you not let it get to you? It's a very good question. Now, surprisingly, I don't get a lot of hate. I don't know why that is, but I don't know. So I appreciate that. That's great. It seems to me that the people that are engaged on my channel seem to be like-minded people who, I don't know, don't have time for that nonsense. That said, though, if I do, and I occasionally do, I will say that I am the owner of my channel and all of the, pages and platform, kind of wherever I am on that platform, I am the boss of that channel. So if I don't like what you have to say, truth be told, I will delete it, especially if it's offensive or harassing in any shape or form. If we have a different opinion, I'll keep it for sure because it prompts conversation and I like that. Do I let it get to me? I think it depends when I read it, how I'm feeling. Certainly, I'm just like everybody else. And so, if somebody is to say something to me that's like, oh, that stung a little bit, yeah, it's going to hurt. So for sure it hurts. I just remind myself that I don't know that person. They don't know me. I don't know what they're going through. We don't know each other. So it's so easy I could just say, oh, it's a jerk, or, what a low life or whatever. But obviously they're feeling empty in some way, and to make themselves feel better, they hurt me. So I try to all those little things. Long story short, I just don't engage with the hate. I don't encourage that type of conversation on any of my platforms that I'm present on. I just think it's not what I'm into. So I just try not to let it get to me. And if I'm really feeling low about it, then I'll share with a friend or another creator, and they always will have a way to boost your ego and make you feel better. And then the fact is you guys are really awesome. If I ever go on Snapchat and make a complaint, somebody was hating on me about this, there's 10 people to back me up straight away, right now. So that is really nice. And if you've ever done that for somebody, somebody that you admire online or you follow or whatever, and you give them a vote of confidence kind of thing, just know it matters and it makes a difference. As we are real people, we're just these odd people who share our lives, I guess. So you open the door to criticism. So you have to be able to take it to a certain degree. But you do have days where you take it better than others, is guess what I'm trying to say. And I think I have time for 2 more questions. So this next one is from Brooke Johnson. And she was saying, do you have a set time of screen time for the kids that I allow every day? And I had to think about this too, because no, I am certainly a very, I don't want to say casual, because I think being laid back can be misconstrued, because I definitely follow a strict schedule, school and nap time and snack time and dinner time and bedtime, bath time. It all is at certain times of the day. So I'm very structured in that sense. However, I'm certainly more laid back in my parenting style. So, I don't get too revved up about stuff. If they want to make a mess, that's fine. We'll clean it up together. If they want to watch a movie, that's fine. Some days we watch way more TV than we should. Other days we don't watch any. I feel like life is a balance and everything in moderation. And it's tricky too, because I work from home. So sometimes it sucks, but let's say Dean's away and I have a deadline and I'm working on my computer for 3 hours. Sometimes Jack is just hanging out around the TV. There are toys and he'll build a tower, play with his little robot and kind of entertain himself. But there have been days where that's happened for 3 straight hours and I feel like the worst mom alive. But then it's always in moderation, right? It's a little give, a little take, because then the next day we could be out at an art factory for 2 hours and then at a park for an hour and then lunch, and the whole day we're doing other things. So I think it's just all in moderation. But the one thing I try to avoid is screen time after 6:30 p.m., 7 p.m. There's no iPads. I don't want them on an iPad after bath time or anything crazy like that. I feel all that blue light in their face, it just really invigorates your brain and you don't sleep. So I don't take my own advice, mind you, because I'm on my phone as I go to bed, but I do have that red light filter. Anyway, story for another day. This last question comes from Karen. I just tried to pronounce your name 5 times and I butchered it, so I'm not going to say it, but GD. And she was asking what is on mine and the kids' wish list for Christmas. And we're not gonna be surprised here, but Esme wants a snow globe. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch The Last Day in the Life, because yeah, fun times. Also, if you've seen it on Snapchat, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, snow globes for the win for Esme. Jack, not sure. I might get him those magnetic tiles. Have you seen those magnet tiles or something like that? He likes kind of that stuff, but honestly, he'd be happy with a hammer. He's so easy to please. But I don't go crazy at Christmas, although part of me always wants to, like the night before Christmas. I'm like, oh my God, where are all the presents? But I just find it's lost on them. So if they get like a big present each and then maybe a couple little presents, I'm happy with that. And one of those presents is like pajamas and, you know, that kind of thing. For me, I've got my eyes set on a few things. I actually have a legit list going on in my brain right now. Like, what is my problem? I want a vacuum, not just any vacuum. I want a Dyson vacuum. I think I want the one that's like the push one with the ball in the center. So it's like, I don't know. I need that vacuum basically. I also want a clothing steamer. It's very fancy because I don't iron. I don't like to iron. I don't want to iron. I just want to steam the clothes and put them in the cupboard, you know? I also want a set of earrings because I again, minimalist life. I have one pair of earrings that I like to wear and I've had them for like 2 years and I lost one of the earrings. I'm so annoyed. I don't know where it went. It'll probably pop up somewhere, but anyways, kind of sad. So I'd like a pair of earrings and that's probably about it. So earrings and a vacuum. What is my life? Oh my God. I'm so adulting right now. It's embarrassing. Anyway. All right, that's it. Thank you so much for your questions. If you didn't get your question featured, I'm sorry. We will do this again for sure. I love the types of questions you ask me. They're so awesome and they're always different every time, which is so cool. So thanks for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't, there's a button. Maybe here, maybe there. You'll find it. You know how to work YouTube. And yeah, okay, that's it. I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.